Hey guys, welcome back. Video number 2. Alrighty, so I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit because I know I'm working on this black paper here with the glue. All right, so we talked about three-dimensional forms. We had the cylinder, the pyramid, and the cube. All right, repeat after me. Cube, pyramid, cylinder, and I can't hear you. It's okay. No, I'm joking. All right, so those are the 3 we're working on. So last week we drew them and I had you glue. And I said, let it set. Okay, we gotta let it set. Now my glue is dried up and you have the outlines here. I didn't put as much glue. We don't wanna cake it on, but I probably could have put a little bit more, but it's okay. So what you're gonna do now is we've got our primaries. Yellow, blue, red. Those are the 3. That's what we're gonna use for these. It's a good little review within, it's an objective within an objective. Your main objective is the 3-dimensional form, turning 2D into 3D, okay? Now, with that said, these you have to remember. I have had some of my second graders keep forgetting them. So this is the main objective, but these are secondary, but we still need to know them. If I ask you a question on these, we've been with these since kindergarten, people at Buckhorn, we should know them. All right, so I'm looking here how we're gonna do this. Your color, your choice. I'm gonna start with the cube. You do not have to make yours red. I'm just gonna show you how we're gonna do this. So we talked about 2D to 3D. So I'm gonna sit here. If you hit glue, it's like a border. Don't try to go over it, just go with it. Go beside it, don't try to go over it. Okay, I'll put some lines in there. And see, there's my 2-dimensional shapes. Now I'm gonna go in, put a little bit of caking on it. Whatever you used, watercolor, make sure it's very dry before you do the watercolor. Construction, whatever it was you did, markers, you're okay. So if you used white paper, you glued it down and let it dry, and then you're going back with the markers, that's okay too. I know we couldn't do all the same stuff. I was just showing you how this pops out on this black paper. Heavy, heavy contrast. And I'm just gonna stay within the glue. The glue is like a border. I'm bouncing off of it. All right, looking pretty good. And I'm gonna take my next color. I think I'm gonna do blue for my pyramid. So basically it's like section by section with this. Here. Okay, then I'm gonna do the side, the depth. That was the 2-dimensional triangle. Now I'm doing the depth, and this is what makes it look 3-dimensional. All right, looking good. And then last but not least, yellow. I'm gonna turn this sideways, so you know. I'm gonna color the cylinder, which was the 2-dimensional. That helped us build it. Okay, and I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna get by the glue. I put some texture lines and value lines just to give it some character. So that's why I'm kind of skipping some of those. Staying within the glue. And then I'm gonna follow, cylinders are round, so I'm actually gonna color it like round. So whatever tool you're using, do the same thing. And it gives it that sense that it has depth, it's not flat, and it has some thickness to it. Okay. All right, oh, get back here. Looking pretty good. And what happens is, I got a little bit on the glue there. That glue forms a border and it gives you still some lines and outlines in here. All right, now, I'm now gonna choose, you choose the color you want. what I'm gonna do, and I've gotta fix something here, I see. There we go, more flat bottom. All right, I'm gonna go get a particular color I want. I'm gonna go green. And then what I'm gonna do is come in the background here, and I'm gonna color the table that it's on, or whatever, ground, whatever it is. I'll outline my shapes. Now you can go slower, pause the video, or fast forward, you're good. Because you kind of know what I'm doing. Now next week, got a little bonus for you on this. I'm gonna show you a little something. Nice little prelude to future projects next year and stuff. All right, now I kind of rushed it a little bit. Doesn't look as good as the last one I showed you, but that's okay. So we got all the shapes colored and shaped, okay? I'm not liking this too much. I should have went over a little bit more, but you'll do that about your own projects. Now, what we're gonna do is, again, this is basic. This is gonna lead into something. I know this one's a little bit boring, but it will lead into something cooler later. It's good to know this. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna do a black outline right back over that glue to make sure it's there. Now next week, I'm gonna show you a little trick with white. Now if you're coloring with markers, we can use the white colored pencil or whatever you're doing. But next week, that's what we're gonna do. And what I'm gonna do right now is grab a black pastel. And what he's gonna help me do is define my edges again. Okay? So, I'm gonna come here. Go right back, and I'm still going against the glue. I'm not gonna go over top of it, but I also wanna do black last because it's very strong. If I try to do black first and then color, it's gonna be a mess. And this marker, people, you could do with a Sharpie. And it's funny how these projects just kind of take on their own, a life of their own, because had no intention of really doing this, but now we're doing it. And voila, we made something really cool looking. All right, so I'm gonna stop right there. Next week, we're gonna do something else cool. I'll show you what to do, just a little bonus. Another thing you can do, I got asked this question is, hey, can I try something else with the glue? Yes, make something else three-dimensional. Or something, try it, glue it, let it air dry for quite a bit. It's take about a couple days, and then go in and try something cool. All right? All right, guys, it was fun. Hope everybody's safe. If you need anything, let me know, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.